Alright, we're here. Hey there, you noobs. Y'all ready to get good? That's what we're here for. Don't worry, I suck at this game too, but, you know, well, I don't know. We're gonna do something. A thing. Maybe multiple things, if we're lucky. So, this guide won't be comprehensive. At all. This is a bare bones basics. How do you do the thing? How do you get started? Where are you going with this? Not going super in detail because the internet's flooded with those. This is just the bare minimum that you need to know to be able to do the thing. And possibly several other things if we're lucky. Alright, so, new game. Yay. I even deleted one of my saves for you guys. That's how much I love you. We're gonna get some shit going. I'm gonna probably ramble through the cutscenes, but also the game is voiced, but I have the voice set to a language that's not English, so basically just pay attention to the text boxes and you'll get the idea. This game actually allows you to have the spoken dialogue in the in-universe Monster Hunter world language. So that's why I've got it set to, because the handler is super annoying in English. First things first, we're going to have us a cutscene and a character creation. I should have probably done character creation before I started. Well, we'll figure it out. I'm one of those people that spends forever on character customization, and I don't want the whole stream to be that. So as painful as it's going to be for me, I'm just going to breeze through it. Brothers and... well, I was going to do the thing, but that went by too quickly. Oh well. I'll start reading the dialogue aloud after this cutscene, just because this goes by a little quickly. Woo! Yay! Good times. Things are happening. Oh my god, it's a boat! Gotta love the indistinct murmuring. Which is a lot less words and a lot more people going, eh. This is just like every JRPG nerd's dream. It's a world where you basically get to go around hunting monsters, eating genuinely ridiculous slabs of food, and you're accompanied by a cat meme. What on earth is the Monster Hunter language? That is not words, that is drunk grumbling. Alright, let's see. Do we want to be a boy or a girl? Oh boy. Let's see. What's our base design we want to go with here? We'll start with this. Oh, no. Wait. Yes. And then faces. Let's see what kind of face we want to give them. There's a lot of faces. And they are all slightly derpy. Let's see. Is there a really funny one? That was pretty funny. It's kind of old looking though. We'll just go with this one for now. I'm just trying to breeze through this as fast as I can so that we can actually get started. That's... hairstyles. Ooh, we got a lot of these. Let's see. Oh wait, some of these have alternates. Oh god, it's Leon. Hi Leon! We're not playing as you in this game. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's a new one. A lot of these I haven't actually seen because I made my character a while ago. Oh. That is unfortunate. No. Let's see. Oh, this one has 3 alternates. All of them ridiculous. Something about the physics of this are not quite right. Because look at how it's floating there. Let's see. These are all mildly hilarious. That, what do we actually want, though? What kind of character do we want to make is the question I guess we should be asking. Oh, I said I was gonna be, like, speed through this, but here I am wasting all of the time. Haven't even picked a hairstyle. If we don't pick anything else, we'll go with that. Let's see, we can be... That doesn't quite look like it's attached. Like, that looks like a wig. Look at that. You know, as much of a sucker as I am for pompadours, that's just not quite ridiculous enough. It needs to be, like, bigger and dumber and wiggle more. And, like, that one, like, is not quite an improvement because it's like, dude, your pompadour is drooping. Let's see. Didn't mean to select that. Oh well. Is there anything better than that one? Oh god. Can make Griffith. That's what this game needed. Berserk references. Alright. What color we want to make this? Okay. We need a color. I think I have an idea. Give me a second. I'm thinking. Blood red. Why? Okay. Let me hear you. Okay, hang on. I had an idea, and we're gonna roll with it. Oh god, that's slightly horrifying. Yeah, that template will work. And then faces. All of these. I feel like most of these look a little bit on the old side to be like someone who runs around doing backflips in the air and hunting monsters. Maybe that's just the anime has ruined me. That's probably that second one. That'll do. Wait. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Just for the hell of it. Hairstyle. Hairstyle. What do we got up in here? I haven't made a female character yet, so I don't really know what I'm in for here. Not feeling the way they handled those braids. Braids are cool, just not those specifically. Oh god, more Griffith. She kind of does, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that. Oh god. This is what Leon looked like as a child. Oh god. Those sideburns though. That is all kinds of unfortunate. Like, holy shit, you got better sideburns than me. Is there... I feel like... Oh... There's... Like, they've got a really great variety. And I would just happen to be that one weirdo who's just like, you know what, I can't find what I want. And that is just entirely me being way too goddamn picky. Where was it? Okay, we're just gonna go with this for now. And we're gonna make it all of the pink. Crank that saturation. Crank that brightness. Oh, that got purple really quickly. Let's see here. Maybe lose some saturation? Maybe a little more red. A little less saturated. And too much. There we go. A little more. Nope, too much red. There we go. Let's see. Now she needs eyebrows. Eyebrows are an important thing to have. You look really funny without them. Oh god, we chose a hairstyle that doesn't let us see them. Hang on. We're going to temporarily switch just so we can see what we're doing. Because seeing what you're doing is also probably important. Yes. What did you expect from me? Like, come on, you've known me for years. You should know by now. I cannot make a character in a game without spending way too much goddamn time in a character creator. This is the biggest reason why I said I wasn't gonna stream creating my character in Code Vein. So I was like, you know what? If I do that, it's gonna take 9.5 hours. I'm gonna make that darker. Okay. Put the hairstyle back. There we go. Eyes. Let's see here. I changed the... damn it. Hang on. I changed the hairstyle thing too soon and couldn't see what I was doing again, because I'm an idiot. Oh God. Oh. No, those eyes are unfortunate. You know, I think it's just me, but like the eyes on this are way too detailed. And look, they're like, so detailed they look a little gross. Like, look at those. Those are some, like, hang on. Those are some Darth Sidious eyes right there. Look at that shit. She's just sitting there like, please stop, you're boring me to tears. Something, 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 dark side. Fucking... Actually, I don't even know if my Sidious voice is loud enough to be heard in this stream. I have no idea if the mic picked any of that up. We're just gonna stick with the default ones, cause... like... ew. Oh God. There we go. Now she's angry. Hang on. Oh, wait. Do we have a long hairstyle that covers the face? That's the idea. No. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping we had one that covered the face. Oh well, back to this. Okay, do we keep the red? No, I'm not feeling the red. We'll go with... Ooh, I know what to do. The good news about spending this long on the character creator is you guys get to really see how much you can do with it. How many little tweaks you can pull off. There we go. Nice and teal. Nose. I like that one. Mouth. I like this one. Let's see. Facial hair. God, that's such a shitty little mustache. Oh. See, this is one of the best things about Monster Hunter's character creation. None of the options are locked to a specific gender. Not the hairstyles, not the beards, not the nothing. You can all use it with either one. So you can give her the shitty little shagster beard if you want. Fucking better fucking sideburns than Wolverine. Oh. I plan on playing this character for a while, so I'm not gonna ruin it with dumb shit. But you can. You definitely can. Do we want a scar? That's a good question. some... I wonder if that says anything. I don't know. I'm leaning no on the scar. Normally I would, but I don't feel like it. Expression, let's see. Oh god. Oh god. That is creepy. All of these are mildly horrifying. Oh no! Oh, these are all horrifying. I think this is the least horrifying because it doesn't show teeth, at least. What is she wearing under her armor? Let's see. Wait. What changes if I go with this one? Okay. Make that a little more... Make that darker. Oh no, that's saturation. Saturation all the way up and... Oh, damn it. Controller's dying here. Not dying as in the battery, dying as in it needs to be replaced. And go with that. There we go. Voice. There we go. And we'll keep that because that's really good. That'll do it. Okay. She needs a name. What is her name? Shit. God, you thought I took too long on character creation, which I did. I'm 28 minutes in. Well, 27, but naming is what I'm even worse at. What's a name for this bitch? What are some names, people? Throw me a bone, because I'm bad at this part. Let's see. What are some names? Damn it. Oh, I hate trying to name things. Oh, dear Lord. Oh. Smeagol is something I'm going to use at some point, but I feel like we don't really have a Smeagol here. We've got a... Oh. Bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Screw it. We're gonna just... There. Her name is Lamp. Fuck it. I had no idea. Lamp it is. Now we gotta make our kitty. Oh god, those colors are awful. Let's see. That's kind of cute. We'll take that. Or wait. No, this one. This one. And... I'll keep all that. Fur... we'll go with white. I think, yeah, we'll go with white. And then pattern. Let's make him a little. Oh my god, I know what I'm doing. I don't even have to think about it now. I know exactly what I'm doing. There we go. We gotta change one more thing here. This needs to be a little more... Can I get that? Hang on. There we go. Perfect. Let's see. Eyes. Let's see, what color do we want the eyes to be? I feel like green. I like green. There we go. Maybe a little... There we go. Ears... we'll keep those. Tail... Wait, do we want it to be fluffy? No, we'll keep that. Clothing... Bring up the saturation... No, make it darker. There we go. And I feel like that's going to be the least annoying. No armor. Chester. Chester Cheeto. There we go. So, we've got Chester Cheeto and Lamp. Perfect. See, when I actually have an idea and know what the fuck I'm making, it doesn't actually take that long. I just need an idea to start with. Well, and to not be an idiot. Hey man, to you too, mister. Just fucking... This entire language is old man noises. It's just like... Where am I? Where's my lawn? Oh, I remember when I didn't need depends. I used to just go on the lawn. Please tell me her voice is less annoying in Monster Hunter language. Not really. It's basically as annoying, but more drunk.
Osushi, you to me, Danako. Narisamire, Uras Mikto, Jiram.
Get off my lawn, to you two! Oh, shit's getting real. Is the lawn okay? Yep. It ain't easy being cheesy. Oh, my Palico's last words. Oh, thank God, this nice soft rock was here to break my fall. Look at this shit. Just molten lava pouring down right here. This is not how convection works. Look at this. I'm just gonna... I can't physically stand in it, but you get the point. If you get this close to lava, you're not gonna be okay. And it's weird that later in the game they figure that out. But at this point, it's just not a thing. I want to know if all boats have, like, bones like that holding them together. And if so, what on earth are they hunting to make these boats? How is the bottom of that boat intact? Oh no. Rocks. Yay. We're gonna climb up this shit like a spider monkey. Look at him go. She's all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Yes, I'm making Talladega Nights references and you can't stop me. Oh god. Okay, the game hit me in the head with a rock for my bad references. Yay! Woo! This is a brilliant idea! It's a good thing we had a grappling hook. Oh, she didn't though, because she's stupid. No, don't save her, she's annoying. Damn it. Look at that big ass dragon. Later on, we're gonna kill that big ass dragon by poking it with sharp sticks. Oh my god, they've gone to America. I mean, they're calling it the New World. I'm guessing that's what that means. Wait, did they change this cutscene a bit? I don't remember it giving you that good of a view of the Zora Magdaros before. Or maybe it's been so long since I've seen this I just forgot. Oh well. Woo. Loading screens, the best part of the game. Look at it go. This is so exciting. Oh my god. Oh my god, it did it. That was amazing. Did you see it jump at the last minute? Truly, these developers know what we really want. I don't remember that little part either. Where it like shows you Zora Magdaros. I don't know. Oh hey, a little camping place. Oh my god, she just stole someone's map and gave it to us. We're an accomplice to map theft. This map only covers like half of the area. Whoever made this was bad at their job. Gave us like a third of a map. Alright. We can't actually do jack shit yet, because no weapons, so... Yay! So these things, they're called Opanoths. I don't know how to pronounce that. Optanoth? Opanoth? Banana faces. We'll go with that. So the thing about them, they're not particularly useful, but you can kill them and carve them, and they'll drop raw meat, which you can put on a barbecue and use to make some shit that'll restore your stamina, and that'll be useful later, kind of, ish. We're just gonna. I know where to go, so I'm just gonna kind of beeline through this so we can get to the part where we actually do things. Because this is basically just the look how pretty the graphics are and the things you can do part of the game. It's like, ooh, contextual interaction with canned animations. Amazing. Yay! Jagras, please eat the handler. Come on, she's annoying. You can have her. If you guys ever play this game, you'll understand my hatred of the handler eventually. Mostly because she never shuts up and is super annoying. I'm just gonna run over here, duck in the bushes, and when you're in some bushes, you just hit X and you just hide. Wait, those don't count, unfortunately. Some bushes count, some don't. These count. There we go. So yeah, you hit X, you hide. It'll make shit kind of ignore you sometimes. Don't rely on it. Honestly, it's usually when you're actually playing the game, it's better to just run away. Come on, handler. Get moving. You lazy moose. Yay. Bonsai trees. Woo, we are almost to a cutscene. Oh wait, no. You gotta follow the handler. I'm an idiot. I forgot how hand-holdy this part is. Come on, hurry up. Come on. The point of this was to be a beginner's guide. So move it, handler, so we can actually start doing the thing. Okay, so those are footprints. You pick those up, it increases your ability to find the monster they came from. Woo. More tracks. These two can be used to increase your ability to find specific monsters. Woo. I don't know why we're running at this thing to save her without a weapon. That seems like a bad plan. Let this guy handle it. What just happened there? Hopping on his back and it slamming into a wall? This is a thing you can do. You got this little grappling hook on your arm if you've got the Iceborne DLC, which you can use to latch onto monsters' faces and basically slam them into shit for extra damage. Plus, they usually drop stuff when that happens. Yay, an Anjanath. We are gonna fuck that thing in the ass with spears later. Or possibly a hammer. I haven't decided which. I'm just gonna run past this and get a lovely view of this Anjanath's taint. See, it's like Jurassic Park, except the dinosaurs are purple. And the handler is far more annoying than Jeff Goldblum, which is saying something. Oh god, that's a you know, part of me is like, you know what, the Monster Hunter movie should have Jeff Goldblum in it for the reference, but the other part of me is like, so, you hunt monsters? It's like, no, I don't want to hear that in a fucking Monster Hunter fucking movie. That's like 90% of Jeff Goldblum's popularity is the number of times he can say in a sentence. It's genuinely impressive. Woo, look at this fancy ass loading screen. It even has lighting effects. That's how you know it's loading some good shit. How'd they get that boat up there? That's the important question that I want to know. They're like, look how amazing this place is, and I'm just like, okay, but why is your base literally made out of boats? Did you like... Are all of these boats crashed? Do you people just keep crashing your boat all in the same place? I feel like you people are all crashing your boat on the same rocks. And then like each time the fleet sends back word that's to the mainland is like, hey, be careful, we crashed our boat on rocks. And the next one gets there and they're like, oh god, rocks! And crash it. We're from the 5th Fleet. And we crashed on Zora Magdaros's butt, so... I'm just saying, these people have a problem. I mean, it could be butthole magic. We did run into Zora Magdaros's ass. Well, to you too, mister. I'm just kind of going through these slowly so you guys have a chance to read them. I do have to say I'm not terribly impressed with the Monster Hunter language that they invented to use in the cutscenes. It's not... It doesn't sound like a language. It sounds more like sounds with some actual words mixed in. See, that sounded like it could have been something. On the other hand, that didn't. Yeah, that didn't either. I mean, yeah. And there are some parts that are just not words. Like the red-haired guy at the beginning, I am almost entirely certain he didn't say any actual words. He just kind of made grunting noises. Whereas this part, where they're going back and forth, it sounds a lot more like they're actually talking. And they've just done weird shit to the audio. But... Alright. Forced walking sections. They always suck. I get that. I understand why it's here. It's to show you where everything is. They showed us the smithy, and now they're showing us the canteen. Those are the two biggest areas you need to know the location of in this area. So, I'll go into more detail about those when we actually get to it. We can't really do anything at the moment. Cheeto, you traitor! Why are you going to her instead of me? I'm your owner, you dumb cat. Oh man, gonna have a meeting. It's gonna be super formal. Welcome to the Old Person Council. We will now try to remember what we were talking about. We gotta find a dragon or a windmill. I don't know which. These youngsters they're gonna shoot it. Yeah. Does anyone want to remind us what we're doing here? No one ask you, you annoying twerp. Let's get back to talking about toilets and dragons. Or is it a windmill? I don't remember. I'm running out of old man jokes to make fun of him. It's hard to make these characters entertaining because basically if they're opening their mouths, it's just exposition. It's plot dump. It's like, yep, big dragon moves causes problems when it moves around. It came to the place. We're here to find out why it's at the place. Like, I will point out that the Monster Hunter universe has dwarves and elves and cat people. And for some reason, you only ever get to play as humans. It's super annoying. I'm gonna fucking hunt some Jagras. I'd rather hunt Jagias, but okay. Yep. Okay. Well, Yay! They stopped talking for 5 seconds. Now we can maybe do a thing. Oh, nope, they're talking again. Yep. Hey, do the thing that we just told you to do. Just to remind you, you can do the thing. I promise that it gets better. Like, the opening to this game is super stupidly wordy in ways that it just doesn't need to be at all. But it gets over itself quickly. Oh my god, we got a second kitty. But he's not Chester Cheeto, so we don't care. Hello, second kitty. Let's see. Okay. Good to know. Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, nope, I can't do the thing. Yay. Okay, so first things first. I'm gonna skip all that. We don't... Actually, you know what? Hey, Solar. So, when I was talking to you, you specifically said you had a hard time reading the dialogue on these because your TV is too small and the text is kind of tiny. So, I am gonna read the tutorial like screens for you guys in... Oh, what voice do I want to use? Scottish. Scottish will do. We're gonna have a bad Scottish accent, and you guys are gonna learn the ways of war from the Highlander. So, different weapons offer different combat experiences. Great swords hit with devastating force, while the sword and shield allows for quick mobile flurries. The heavy bowgun, while unwieldy, fires powerful blasts, and so on. Choose any one weapon and take it onto the field. You can visit our dedicated training area after equipping a weapon by speaking to your cat. Armor sets are composed of 5 different pieces. Each piece offers some amount of defense plus equipment skills to aid in your hunts. You can mix and match your pieces however you like. You can be fashionable or a complete numpty. That's up to you. Okay, so first things first, we are not going to use our best armor. I'm going to intentionally gimp myself, just basically to give you guys an idea of the base experience without bells and whistles. And then, I meant to change my weapon. Okay, so let's see, what weapon do I want to start off teaching you guys with? I feel like... Okay, so the weapons I am particularly good with, quote-unquote, sword and shield is my main jam, which I use all the time, but I'm also competent with twin swords, katanas, and great swords. So the question is, like, I don't think that great sword or sword and shield would be particularly fun for you guys to watch. Would you rather see katana or twin sword? We got 1 vote for twin. Okay, both voted twin. Okay. And Innocing's saying twin says something, because he plays with me all the time. He knows approximately how good I am at this. Hey, kitty! I'm just skipping through this because none of it's important. Oh, that's training area. I don't want to do that. Screw all that. Out we go! Yay, we can grab things. We don't really need anything. Actually, wait. Will you give us potions? I don't think you will. Ah, there we go. Get up there. Do we have any money? We're not gonna waste it. What's this over here? Old man Jethro wants to tell us something. Hey there! Hey there, youngster, I need to tell you something. With this place is special. We do things. We hunt dragons. So I want you to take your ass out there. I want you to kill that windmill. Like your life depends on it. And also, try not to get rained on. You'll catch a cold. So that's the basics. That's everything you need to know. Get off my lawn. Every time I think I can make his dialogue funny, I promise I will. But not all of it is. Alright, so this here is the smithy. They make things and stuff. Hey lady, what you got for us? Nothing, she just wants to sell us stuff. Damn infomercial bitch. No one wants your infomercials. Get off my TV at 3 in the morning. Hang on, we're gonna... First things first, we're gonna talk to Chef Kitty. Let's see, do we want... Hang on, we want to voice Chef Kitty. What's Chef Kitty's voice gonna be? He's super muscular. Do I have a beefcake voice? What's a beefcake voice? I've got it! Cockney Australian! Oi! Welcome to the canteen! It's the best place to boost you for your head. You're from the 5th, right? Well, let me clue you into what the canteen is all about. It's about health and stew. Everyone likes stew. Max gains, bruh. Oh god. Cockney Australian, bruh. I was not prepared for Cockney Australian, bro. Sorry. That one happened before I had a chance to think about what I was doing. Go on and sit down at the counter, you scrawny. When you're ready to get your pre-hunt on, let me know. I'll get you a protein bar. You fucking twig. Oh, we got another tutorial. Eating meals can boost your stats, such as health and stamina. Select the meal you wish to eat from the menu. That's, like, basically none of the rest of that's terribly important. Let's see. You can eat in camp. You can basically eat about every 10 minutes-ish. Although meals don't stack, so don't do it if you already have one. Let's see, what do we got here? I generally go for whichever one gives me the biggest health boost, although that's none of them right now. We'll take this. See, this is the shit I was talking about earlier when I said this world is just like a JRP nerd's paradise. Before you go hunt monsters, as part of a quest for the guild, you get fed dinner by cat memes. That's the best thing ever. How can you not want that? That's what I want in life. Like, obviously, that's not gonna happen because I'm a fat loser who works in fast food, but I mean, come on. How can you not want a muscular cat meme that cooks dinner for you? Oh yeah, no. Like, the Monster Hunter series is big on their food porn. Like, tongue-tied. To the extent that the only, like, developer I can think of who is better about their food porn than the Monster Hunter devs is, I don't know, probably Vanillaware. Let's see. Oh, another tutorial. Quests involve objectives such as slaying monsters and picking up rocks. Assignments wait, what? I misread that, I did. Assignments. Complete these missions to advance the story. Optional quests include favors for NPCs. And, I mean, basically they're their main type that you'll be doing. Investigations are special quests issued by the Resource Center. You can only take a few at a time, but they offer much greater rewards. And special events are exclusive to online play. So, we're gonna go beat up some joggers. Uh-oh, we got another quest. You're free to explore Exterra until preparations for the quest are complete. Grab a meal at the canteen, shore up your supplies, or take a crap. Take a look in the upper left corner to tell when your quest is ready. From the party member status menu, select Stand By for Departure, and soon you'll be ready to go. Yay. We're gonna go beat up some things and grab some stuff. Oh, right. Shut up, you annoying tart. Oh, shut up, I know what I'm doing. Yes, we need to go back to the same place where we saw the joggers before and beat them up. I get it. Shush. Shush, I know how boxes work. Excuse me, sir, I am obsessed with treasure chests. I know exactly how boxes work. They work with the X button. So, this blue box here is the supply box. At the start of every mission, this will have some stuff to boost your stamina, some potions, and a few other random doodads that are probably going to be helpful on the mission you're doing. This tent here, I'm going to skip this one because it's literally the thing I'm trying to tell you. So, from this tent, you can change your equipment, which basically just amounts to your armor and weapons. You can grab some items from your inventory if you need them. We really don't, but you can. You can craft additional items to use if you need them. You can change your Palico's gear. Basically, it's got all of your basics covered. In the event that you forgot to do something while you were still in your home base, you can probably do it here. If you forget to grab a meal before you go on your quest, you can come over here and do it. So if you go on a quest without doing something important, you can usually get it covered. It's trying to tell me how items work. I don't know why. Okay, this here, herbs. You want to grab as much of these as you can, because these are what you use to craft potions. So we can literally just, hang on. Crafting list. So, first off, I'm going to just turn off all of the auto crafting, because it tends to waste resources more than it helps. And then all of these ammo ones are only going to be useful if you're using one of the gun-based classes, so that's an even bigger waste of resources. But yeah, so you want to grab herbs whenever you can find them. You want to grab honey wherever you can find them, which I'll go ahead and show you guys where some are. Oh, we're going to kill us some Optonoths real quick. I think that's what they're called. Yes, Optonoth. Okay, I was half right. So these give you raw meat, and then what you do with raw meat is you go through your little item thing. You go to the barbecue spit, and you want to go by the song, not the color. See? And if you go by the song and pull it off right there, you'll get a well done steak every time. Which, I think this song sounds different, although maybe it's just my imagination because I haven't done it in a while. You always want to do it on that last dun dun. That's the trick to it. And then what well done steaks do is they basically, you use them to get your stamina increased, because your stamina decreases over the course of the mission. No what? No, it is different, or no, they haven't changed it. Like, the tune's the same, it just sounds a little different. Okay, so this is the gimmick of the dual swords. They have demon mode where they basically attack a little faster and can do extra shit. You just build that up over time. Oh, it sounds the same? Just my imagination then. Oh, would you shut up? Well, yeah, it sounds different than the one on Wii. I was thinking it sounded different from the last time I heard it, which was on this, but that's just my imagination. Alright, so... no, it's over here. I think. Did I pass it? I must... yeah, no, I passed it. Oops. Oh, so these, Wiggly Lychees. These, you eat them, they increase your stamina bar a little bit. So if you're low on stamina and don't want to use a stamina item, that's one way to fix it. I will get to that very shortly. I'm gonna let it go down, my sharpness go down a little bit further first. Oh, here we are. Okay, so this is a mineral deposit, and or rather a mining outcrop is what they call them in this. And you basically just tap circle at these, and it'll give you items that you use when crafting new armor and weapons. This is what the bees' nests look like. You grab these. These, alongside herbs, you want to grab these as often as you can, because these turn regular potions into mega potions. And do we have enough to actually craft anything? Yes, we do. Okay, so... there we go. So... wait, there we go. So yeah, that's basically how you make potions and how you do most of your basic item crafting. Oh, would you shut up and leave my camera alone? These little tutorial bits are kind of annoying. And you can't skip them on repeat playthroughs, unfortunately. Oh, so here's another useful item. Parashrooms you want to grab whenever you can. Those are pretty useful. Slinger ammo is your little arm-mounted catapult slash grappling hook thing, which works, as far as I understand it, it works a little differently based on whether you have the DLC or not. So I can't guarantee that everything I say about or everything that I show you with the grappling hook will be the same if you don't get the Iceborne DLC. I can't exactly check because I already have it. And then when you kill monsters, you can go up to them and carve them. You'll get some drops that way. The drops are completely random, although breaking parts on monsters can increase the odds of you getting specific parts depending on what part you break. There's another mining outcrop. And then what you get out of the mining outcrops actually changes over the course of the game. The further you go in the game, the better the shit that comes out of them gets. Those little glowy things that I just hit are called flash, or what, are they flash bugs, or I don't remember what they're called. But basically you hit them and it blinds enemies, which is super useful. Because you can just sit there and smack the crap out of them and they have no idea what you're doing or where you are. And it's also useful if you want to carve some specific parts. Or rather, just carve some specific enemies that you've already killed without being attacked while you're doing it. There we go. Oh, nope, he didn't die. There we go. Alright. So, when you beat a mission, you've got that little timer that pops up at the top, and you've got until that decreases to carve anything you're gonna grab, and, you know... Oh, bone piles. Bone piles are another thing. They're basically like the mining outcrops, except they give you a different type of item. And like the mining outcrops, they change over the course of the game, so you'll get different stuff from them. Both mining outcrops and bone piles also offer different rewards based on what area you're in and at which point in the game. And I didn't forget about doing the weapon sharpness thing, but we basically didn't lose enough weapon sharpness for it to matter, so don't worry, we'll get to it soon. So on your quest screen, or your reward screen, you can choose to either take your rewards or sell them based on whether or not you think they're going to be useful. I always just take all of them, because having more materials to work with never hurts, and you're going to get money for this anyway, so... Plus, you can always sell things later if you decide that they're not useful. It tells you what you gained, how you leveled up, how your Palico leveled up. Your Palico has different sets of I guess you could call them classes that they can equip. Those classes level up and give you better abilities as they go along, and they do vastly different things. So the default one, your Palico will basically heal you, and at higher levels will revive you once if you fall, in combat. Some of the other ones allow it to do things like trap enemies for you. So it kind of depends on what you're trying to do at any given time. I usually just stick with healing, but... Whoa. That's a whole lot of dialogue to say a whole lot of nothing. No, we don't want voice chat. So, each day when you sign on, you can hit triangle, you'll get your login bonus. You get 2 well done steaks and some lucky vouchers. Lucky vouchers increase your rewards for random missions, basically. Although you can choose when to use them and when not to. This isn't an actual tutorial, it's just an event. Let's see. Let's talk to this rando over here. That's just the event manager. She's basically telling us we can go to the Gathering Hub, which the Gathering Hub you can access by hopping up on this or from a place up near the top. And basically it's kind of a miniature version of the hub area, with the key difference being that you can actually see other players in it. So that's where you go if you want to interact with other people in your session. This old codger over here is the ecologist, and he basically just tracks your progress on monster investigation. So basically, if you want to check how good your character is at finding a specific monster, this is the guy you talk to. I skipped through that tutorial just because he was telling you exactly what I just told you. The botanist isn't here yet, unfortunately. Although when he does show up, I'll tell you what he does because he's super useful. So we're gonna just run on up here. Go accept our next... Well, oh wait, no. We have to talk to the smithy. He's not gonna tell us anything useful, but... This guy isn't anything important. I'm just getting rid of the exclamation point over his head. He's just a quest. Doesn't... Most of the time, if you see an exclamation point over someone's head, it's just a quest. Standard MMO fare. Blah blah blah, I am a blacksmith, I do blacksmith things. You can use monster materials and ore to forge and upgrade equipment at the smithy. Give the materials you earn as quests. I said that backwards. Basically, it's what I already told you. He makes your shit. So here's all of the shit we have. We can go in and look at the potential upgrades for it, blah blah blah. We can upgrade this to level 2. It just takes a little bit of iron ore. He's gonna give us a spiffy cutscene of them making our stuff. It's the same basically every time, even when it doesn't actually make any sense. Let's see. So let's give a basic rundown of how all of this right here works. So when you're selecting a weapon in here, you can only upgrade it from the tree that weapon is in. So right now we're in the ore tree. We went up from the basic to the match slicers 2. If we go over to this next one, we can't see what this weapon is because we're not a high enough MR yet, or no, not MR, HR, hunter rank, and we don't have any of the materials we need yet, so they're listed in red with question marks. If we go down to this one, we don't have any of this, and we can look at these, but we can't actually use them because we don't have any of what we need yet. But basically, when you want to, like, you can check and see what all you can make from just by clicking on any weapon and looking at the tree menu, but you can only upgrade along the tree for the weapon you have selected. If you click on armor, it works completely differently. I'm going to skip this just because I'm already explaining it. Upgrading armor is different because it uses armor spheres of varying qualities, and basically you expend them to increase the level, which increases the armor stats. This won't always be able to help a piece of armor, you know, keep up with where you are in the game. So you can't, say, take the beginner armor and use it in, you know, top level DLC missions, because it's just the base stats are too low. You can't really upgrade it high enough. But if you need your gear to just be a little bit better to take on the mission you're doing and give you a bit of an easier time getting better gear, you can upgrade your armor that way. It's just telling me about defender weapons there. They're not anything special. Blah blah blah. Customizing appearance. It's basically trying to tell you the same shit I already told you. So forging equipment is different from upgrading because this is how you make new pieces of gear. So you select the class you want and it gives you the list of weapons that you can make in that class. So for example, we've got 1 iron ore, we can make the defender chainswords, or chainsaws I guess. We're just gonna skip the cutscene because it's the same every time. We're going to equip that because that's better than what we got. The Defender ones are, I believe, a DLC edition. I think they're basically just designed to be really good gear to help you get to the DLC faster, more or less. They're there so that if you have the base game, you can, and you choose to make a new character, you can get them up to the DLC content quicker. So we just got the Defender chainsaws. Can we upgrade them? No, we can't. Palico equipment, it works the same as regular equipment. You can make gear for your cat based on, basically parts that you've acquired from monsters. We could make him the bone armor. I don't want to, though. The bowgun is... Hang on. I'm skipping through all that because the bowgun customization is something specific to the bowgun class. I'm not going to go into that because I'm trying to avoid going into the specifics of each individual class. This is more of a general overview of how to actually play the game. Likewise, kinsects are specific to the glaive weapons, so it won't be terribly useful for us here. You can change your equipped armor and weapons here. You can change your palicos here. Like, that's kind of the basics for the smithy. There's more to it, but you'll kind of figure that out as you play it, and it's stuff that we don't really have access to at this point in the game. The Meowscular Chef has some kind of quest for us. He'll give you quests from now and then that basically just amount to find a specific type of item in a specific area, and it'll give you basically better food to eat before missions. Let's see. Any of these particularly good? We'll just use this one, I guess. I'm not going to skip this cutscene because I love the cat cooking cutscenes. And now we're going to take on another quest. Blah blah blah. Quest, quest, quest. Do the thing. Right next to the smithy, there's the quest board. You can use that to take quests too. I never use either one of the quest boards just because I'm always right at the canteen anyway because I've just eaten. But they do have other ones. That's what they look like. So let's give a quick rundown of we'll call it the quest menu for brevity. So you can search for or create an online session here. You can change the settings of your session if you make one here. You can join other players who have posted a quest here, which it's probably not gonna... Okay, so you can search from quests that people in your session have posted but haven't started yet here, or if it's a mission already in progress, regardless of whether or not it's in your session, if they fired off an SOS flare, you can join them here. Which that's probably about the main way of joining people, I would say, unless you're using a mic with them. Or you can go into this menu. You've got your story missions here, your main missions here, your events here, which events are just... They're like MMO events. It's timed, or limited time events that give special rewards. Or is that special assignments? It's one of the two. And then investigations we don't have any of yet. So, we go to this one, we gotta kill... We gotta kill some Kestodons. This is basically explaining lucky vouchers. Basically, it gives you some better drops and a little bit more money. That's basically it. I'm not gonna waste one on a mission this early. Now you can only keep up to 5 of those at a time, 5 lucky vouchers at a time. So if you've got 5, you know, try to use them so that when you get more, you don't lose them. But for something like this, we've only got 2. I'm not gonna waste it. Unfortunately, we've got a couple tutorial missions to get out of the way before we can really start, you know, actually doing missions. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of the way this game handles its tutorial missions, because they don't really give you a good idea of how the missions work. They kind of just throw you into some highly specific tasks, we'll call them, that you won't actually be doing very often. If you're starting a quest, you know, always check that and see if you've got some free shit you can use. Grab you some herbs. Let's see, now Kestodons. Where are the oh, I remember where the Kestodons are. Oh, so these flowers right here, oh, hang on, we've got Kestodons. We'll deal with these first. If you see those white flowers like that there, and you're low on health, hit them, because they will, like, just go over to them and hit circle. They will give you things. Specifically, they'll heal you. I don't know why I said they'll give you things. They don't drop anything, they just heal you. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on killing these Kestodons and Yammer at the same time. So, carve us some stuff. Nothing particularly spectacular, it's just Kestodons. I'm pretty sure there is Kestodon equipment. I don't know why you would ever want to use it. Self-imposed challenge, maybe. But yeah, you come over to these, you just heal yourself. If you can memorize where all of those are, it can be really useful in a pinch. Because you can just run away from a fight, grab one of those, and, you know, basically you're all set. Let's see, where... I'm looking for something specific here to show you. They do, but they're not, unfortunately. Where is that? I'm looking for something specific. Is this where I think it is? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is basically, I just call them research materials. I don't think they ever bother explaining it. But basically, finding these gives you some points, and it counts towards the chef a little bit. As far as I can tell, getting different varieties of items from little spots like that, like, the items aren't used for anything really, it's just, you know, basically, hey, your character did some research, now you have more access to more stuff. There's another little one over here. This one, instead of flowers, has... I thought this one had mushrooms. Oh, no, wait. It's just one of these. But you'll kind of get the idea of what's important and what's not as you play through the game. Some items you'll just ignore the crap out of, and some you'll grab every time you see one. Got some rocks. Some herbs. Oh wait, no, that's more rocks. For a second I was wondering if that was a more useful variation of slinger ammo, but nope, it's just rocks. Another mining outcrop. Again, just grab them every time you can, because it's always a little bit useful. Oh wait, now here is a better variant of slinger ammo. There we go, slinger torches, perfect. And now, we're just gonna kill all these Kestodons as quickly as we can. Oh, that sent us flying. Oop. Come on. There we go. Die. We're just gonna... Boom. This is not my preferred way to use the slinger, but until we get a better mission, this is all we've got. Now, once we go up against a big monster, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Just gonna carve this as quick as we can. That's why we were trying to carve it as quickly as we can. Because monsters will continue attacking you while you're carving. It's not iframes, so basically you will get knocked out of your carving animation and lose health in the process. I'm gonna do it anyway, just because I'm dumb. But so is the AI, so... Oop. So, our health got a little bit low on that, so we're going to heal, and you can move a little bit while healing, but you move a lot slower. Like, look how much you slow down when you heal. Because apparently none of the hunters ever learned to chug and run at the same time. It's not easy, but it's a valuable skill to learn. So, those little lights that were floating around there, those... The name of them escapes me at the moment, but basically they serve to tell you where monsters are. Essentially, whenever you look at a footprint or any kind of track, those little flies pop out, and they... Well, you're basically putting the bits of monster stuff that you find in the same tube as them to give it its scent, and then they show you the way. So we've got some skid marks here. See, she's putting them in the tube. That gave us a little more progress towards leveling up our research on that monster, and leveling up your research on a monster makes them easier to find. Once you get it up to a certain level, it tells you where the monster is. So you can just track it. Let's see, where'd they go? There they are. Killing monsters or capturing them also levels up your monster research, although I don't think it does so quite as quickly. I could be wrong about that. But so generally speaking, you just want to follow your little bugs and they'll lead you where you need to go. Some more footprints. Can reset the camera or focus it. What you covering there? What's up? Some scatter nuts. Slinger ammo. Perfect. So, time to learn about slingers. So, you can, if you have the DLC, you can latch onto monsters and grapple onto their face and slam them into shit for extra damage, and they'll drop stuff. You can attack them while they're down. Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, because I plan on showing where at least this area's cat is pretty early on. Basically, I'm saving that one for the pukey hunt there, Innocent. But don't worry, I didn't forget about it. So, in addition to being able to grapple onto slingers... Hang on. So, by hitting L2 and then circle, you can grapple onto enemies. If you hit triangle while you're on them, you'll basically attack them and get some slinger ammo. Or you can grapple onto them and... Oops, I misaimed that one. was trying to get on its face there, instead I kind of got on its shoulder. If you can grapple onto a monster's face, which is admittedly tricky because it knocks you off a lot, we're going to heal before we try again. But if you can get onto their face, you can hit, and have full slinger ammo, you can hit R2, and you'll basically fire off a load of all of your slinger ammo at once, and it'll basically, you know, damage the monster and send them hurtling towards the nearest wall. There wasn't any wall nearby earlier, but where it, you know, got damaged and dropped that part earlier, that's how you do that. Although again, I don't think you can do that without the DLC. And then after you've done a certain amount of damage to a monster, or a certain amount of time has passed, they will try to run away, and you gotta run after them. Just keep hunting them. Yeah, if you need some more health or items, it's a good opportunity to go get what you need. Wait, is there a footprint there? No, it was just lighting. Let's see, where'd they run off to? There he is. You can jump off of things in this game to try and land on monsters and rodeo them for a chance to knock them down and do a shitload of extra damage. Although it's a little tricky, so I'm not certain if I'll be able to actually do that during this mission. We're gonna just boom. There we go. Right against the wall. Come on. Let's just kick their ass as much as we can. Boom. And then we'll carve it up. And then I'm pretty sure the game's going to ask us to do an expedition soon. I'll teach you guys more about useful items when we do. Because there are some very important items that the game is not strictly going to tell you that these are super important items, but God, they make your life easier. Just gotta wait on this here timer. Anything I want to grab? We'll grab these herbs. Oh, nope. So you can only carry 10 herbs at a time, but you can craft from your menu to, you know, get rid of some. I'm not gonna bother though, because we don't have time. Sorry, elbow popped. Let's see. What did anything say here? Oh, that's just a question for you, Solar. He's wondering if this is helping with the stuff you were confused about. Which, if you guys have like particular things that you don't really understand, go ahead and tell me, because I can I'll explain pretty much anything I can as I get to it, but I can go into more detail on things that you guys are confused about as well, if you just tell me what you need. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Oh, that's right. There's his comment where he said he went to bed. I missed that. Oops. Giant burning monster poo. It's poo. Have you never taken a poo, mister? God, you might want to see a doctor about that. Pukey's like, will these humans go away? I want to lick that poo. That's some hot poo. Reward screen. Yay, we got stuff. Stuff and things. Things and stuff. Okay. Hang on, this is something that... Oh, it went on right past it. So, we'll actually explain what all's on the reward screen here. So, you've got your reward, which is cash given for beating the mission. It's your reward money, and then it'll be minus feints, which there's a penalty for fainting. And then it's divided by your party size. So bringing more people means you have to split the cash. You've got your research points, which are what you get from picking up basically anything, or killing anything, or doing basically anything. You've got your hunter rank, which is basically just your level. It doesn't really affect your stats, but it does affect, you know, what missions you have available. The specific monsters you hunted. The monster size, which does affect how strong the monster is. A bigger one's going to be stronger, usually. You got your Palico's level, which goes up from it doing things. You've got the ability it has equipped at the time, and its proficiency with it. You've got some achievements. It's basically what you're going to get out of the reward screen. Most of the time you can skip right through it because it basically tells you, hey, the things went up. It's not going to tell you much else besides that, usually. And yeah, I think after this stream I'm going to switch to Japanese, because... Or is it Japanese or Chinese? I was looking at the text on the screen and I couldn't really tell. Which is weird. Usually I can tell the different Asian languages apart in written form. Like, I know the differences in how the letters look, even if I don't know what they say. But when I was looking through the options menu earlier, I couldn't quite figure out if that was Japanese or Chinese. Quest, 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 blah blah blah, do the thing. Again, I'm just kind of skipping through all of the crap they say unless I think I can make it funny, just because I'm here to teach you guys things. Yeah, no, the English voice acting ranges between... We've got two different characters that sound like Bato from Ghost in the Shell. The handler is super obnoxious. Like, oh my god, I want to replace her with literally anything. There's a point in the game where you get a different handler, and it was orgasmic just getting to play this game without listening to her obnoxious bullshit. Smithy, what you gonna do? Do the thing. Shush. Alright. He's just telling us we can make stuff. So, this good chance for another tutorial, though. So, under Forge Equipment, I already showed you forging weapons. You choose your weapon category, you make the thing. Armor works a little different. You basically go in and you get all of these different trees, and it tells you, hey, like, here's all the shit you can make. We are going to... We can't make the diver set. Let's make the bone set. Bone set's good. Bone armor is usually a good pick starting out. And the assorted variants of bone armor that you unlock throughout the game also tend to be good at the time you get them. So basically, if it looks like the bone set, grab it, because it won't be amazing for long, but it'll be alright at the time. Plus, you just look so damn spiffy. So, layered armor. Bleh. Layered armor basically is a special type of armor that takes a lot more to craft, but basically just changes the appearance. So when you equip it, it's going to override whatever gear you're wearing. So if you want something a little more consistent, you can do it. Pendants are also, you know, well, they're basically just increase certain stats. They don't do a whole lot. They're basically just an optional equipable to give you a little bit more to work with. If I'm not confusing them with something else, which I might be. Again, beginner's guide. This isn't here to make you late game MLG super pros. It's basically just here to tell you, hey, here's the basic idea. What's he prattling on about now? Oh, he's giving us a quest. A quest which we don't need, because we already explained how the slinger works. Oh, we gotta go down here and talk to the provisions manager. If you ever want to go somewhere quickly, this little chain thingy here is a good way. It kind of takes you back and forth between the different levels a little faster rather than having to run the whole way. Yay, quest crap. Let's see, provisions manager. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so this spot here, these three dudes, it doesn't matter which one you talk to, they're all the same menu. But basically, blah blah blah, they're how you get investigations. So, you've got bounties, which you can take on. It gives you a random selection of ones you can take, and they basically are just optional objectives you can do in a mission to get some extra crap. Investigations we don't have access to yet, so I'll explain that briefly when we get to it. Hold that thought just a second. I've got to take a quick break to use the bathroom. Those energy drinks are punching me in the bladder. Alright, back. So now we're going to go up to the cafe. Let's see. Expedition, yay. Perfect. So we're going to go up to the canteen, we're going to eat, and then we got our first expedition, which will be where I can teach you about the various items that you're going to really need to pay attention to. Let's see. So when it comes to your canteen, the word escaped me for a minute. You've got some options here. You can pay with money, which, I mean, it just gives you the food. You can pay with research points, which is what I usually do because I tend to have a lot more of those than money. But really, use whichever you find yourself having more of. It does the same thing, it's just a different currency. You can pay with a voucher. We don't have any yet for me to show you, but basically, when you get vouchers, you can use them and it'll cover your meal and the meal of everyone else in the session. So basically it's a, hey, I'm gonna be nice and give everybody a buff. And then oven roast, basically, it takes a little bit of time, but it gives you some extra shit, as I understand it. I virtually never use it. I don't find it that useful. Let's see. I've got a... Now, when I'm choosing meals, I tend to go for whatever has the best health boost, because who doesn't want extra health? But they do have a lot of stats and abilities on them, and if you want to get super in-depth on it, you can really learn a lot. I advise going to the wiki for that, though, because that is way too in-depth for what is essentially a beginner's guide. So when you're going on expeditions, you can basically, instead of going to the handler, you go right to the exits, and you just choose where you want to go search. Right now all we have is Ancient Forest. We've only got this one camp. So the difference between missions and expeditions: missions, you have a specific do this thing type objective, and you have a time limit that can be up to an hour. Although it's usually 50 minutes. Like, it's almost always 50 minutes. I can't even think of one that was the full hour. But basically, expeditions don't have a time limit or any set objectives. Instead, they take you into an area. The area has basically a selection of monsters available, along with some minor things that change based on random factors. Things like weather and I think time of day, maybe? I don't know about that one. But basically, expedition is what you use when you want to go farm specific things. So if you need, say, items, or you need, a certain monster, it's the way you would go about that. Oh, you heading out, Luna? Alright, I'll talk to you later, and don't worry, I'll leave this all up as an archive so you can finish it off later, and I'll just continue explaining things. I'm thinking the stream will probably be over around the 2.5 hour mark. Oh, wait. Oh, Inu is. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of not. I'm only half paying attention to chat because I'm trying to cover all the bases. Alright, I'll see you. Let's see. I work Friday, so I'll see you Friday, Inusi. So where was I? Right, so expeditions. They're basically just your basic farming type missions. So you can invite people with you. I very rarely use expeditions unless I'm forced to, so it doesn't matter. Your supply box won't have anything in it in an expedition. And there's no time limit, so you can kind of just... oh, that's right. You also don't faint. Or rather, you do faint, but there's no punishment for fainting in an expedition. So if a monster gets the better of you, you'll be okay. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and use all these and turn all of them into mega potions. Oop, not what I was trying to do. There we go. There we go. So expeditions, I essentially never use unless the game forces me. Because basically everything you can do in an expedition, you can already do in missions. The only difference is that it basically takes away the time limit. So you don't have the fail state of it's taking too long, getting in the way. Now, the monsters, specifically the boss monsters, as we'll call them, in an expedition, do still have time limits. If you start fighting them, after a certain amount of time, it's going to say this monster is leaving the area, and, basically it'll leave, and you won't be able to continue fighting it. So you still have to beat the monsters within a certain amount of time if you're trying to hunt them in expeditions. I'm just taking this quest. I'm not going to cover fishing, because I literally never bother with it. It's super optional, and I don't find it that helpful. I've almost never needed to fish in this game, and also I hate fishing in video games, so Not good. That'll be one of the few things I won't cover. Fishing gives you things. Are they useful things? Kinda. Are they necessary? No. So, we already covered mining outcrops. You know, grab them whenever you see them. Another thing that expeditions are good for is you can kind of just run around looking for footprints and increasing your monster research levels. And there's not a time limit, so you can just waste as much time on that as you like. So we've already covered herbs and honey. Let's see. What else do we need? Oh, there's a great jogger. I'm not going to fight that, though. I can beat it. It's not a threat, really, but it's also not really necessary. So we've got these doodles, these things with the doodles, and we'll go ahead and cover this here, because they'll probably be easier. Basically, in each of the major areas, there are essentially feral palicos. And finding them basically gets your palico to talk with them, and he will convince them to help you. And they can provide a pretty wide assortment of abilities. Abilities is the wrong word. Benefits is probably a better way of putting it. But the basic idea is that once you've convinced them to join you, going into a world and finding where one of the little places where they're hiding will cause one of them to join you. So you can have two palicos, assuming that you don't have too many people in your party. So basically, each person gets to you have a maximum of, I believe it's 4 party slots, but your palicos count. So everybody gets to bring their palico with them if you have 3 people, but once you get 4 people in your party, palicos go away. So antidote herb, looks like that. You're going to want those. That's how you make antidotes, obviously. These toads, paratoads, anytime you see toads, they provide a variety of buffs and debuffs, and they're super useful in combat. So paratoads make a cloud that if anything goes into that cloud, it's going to get paralyzed. So it's essentially the paralysis trap, except a toad. And you don't have to carry it with you. So you want to bring those, you want to bring antidotes. Let's see, flower beds are just account items. So Meowster Chef and points, basically. Spider webs you're going to want because they're used to make traps. Parashrooms you're going to want because they're used to make traps. I'm going to look for those. Oh, got some monster prints so that I can show you what they look like. I believe there's some... What's up here? Bait bug. Unique shroom caps. So, I mean, you're kind of starting to get the gist, I think, of Expedition. It's basically, you know, you don't have a time limit, so go stock up on whatever you need. Although, if you just grab the stuff basically every time you see it, while you're in the main missions, it's going to be really rare for you to run out of anything, so you don't really need to do expeditions. Like, I kind of find them a waste of... Oh, wait, I don't want to go up there because that's going to start a hunt. We're going to avoid that for now. Yay. There's no fall damage on this game, so don't really worry about that. Got some Excite Shrooms. Can use those for crafting. Got some Parashrooms. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, the paralysis trap is... Oh, is it thunderbugs? Hang on, we'll just look at our crafting list. So we can make some mega potions, we'll do that. That never hurts. We can make some antidotes, those never hurt. Let's see. Flash pods are slinger ammo that you can bring with you and that blind enemies. So for pitfall traps you need trap tools, which you buy at the shop in town, and nets. Nets are made from ivy and spider webs. So shock traps are thunderbug plus trap tool. Trank bombs are sleep herb and perish room, so we need some sleep herb. So we're gonna look for all the stuff we need here while our captain constantly annoys us to come to his location and do the very specific thing that he wants, which kind of defeats the purpose of going on an expedition. Although broadly speaking, like when the game tells you you have to go on an expedition, that's always how it goes. You've got an NPC who's like, come to this specific part of the map so that we can have a cutscene. The cutscenes are rarely interesting. It's usually, hey look, here's the monster you will fight in the next mission. And then it essentially starts the next mission. But like you don't have to beat it then and there. You can just exit right back out and accept the mission from your assignment menu when you're ready. So, you know, approach that as you see fit, basically. So one of the neater features of Palicos, and I'm trying to remember how to get to it, because I don't really remember exactly where the Palicos are in this area. I found them a really long time ago, but finding Palicos usually gives you the ability to ride a specific type of monster in a given area. So basically it gives you a mount, but you have to partner with Palicos, or not partner, but unlock the Palicos in each given area to unlock having a mount in that area. And which mount basically is determined by what area you're in. So in this one, it's Jagra's. In one of the later ones, it's... I don't remember what they're called. Let's see, I believe up here is some thunderbugs. So we're gonna get those, and we're in the wrong part of the map, I think. Unfortunately, while the maps themselves are generally pretty good, they are kind of samey looking. Oh, ivy, okay. Ivy's important for making nets, so that's an important thing to remember what they look like. Let's see, we got some red pits, which are just slinger ammo. What's down here? Oh, I was in the right part of the area. I was just coming in it from the wrong side. So here's a flash bug. Use those to make the whatchamacallit, the flash pods. And there should be some thunderbugs around here, so let's go find those. He's gonna keep bugging us. Unfortunately, because this is all tutorial, they don't have the NPCs take a hint and just leave you alone to do your thing. Some more honey, that never hurts. There's a thunderbug. So the difference between flash bugs and thunderbugs is the thunderbugs have blue on them. You can kind of use that to tell them apart. But you'll pretty much always want to grab those because you're going to be using those to make traps. And you basically always want to have a good stock of traps. So Mandragora, let's see. I believe the Palico is around here somewhere. I Does that go up or down? That's down. We want to go up. So somewhere up in the, like, vines and roots in this area, there's a palico, and you chase it until you find its nest, and that's how you unlock it for this area. I don't remember exactly where it is, though. And I'm probably not going to bother chasing it this stream just because it gets a little annoying. Let's see, we got some more. We already found flower beds. Let's see. Oh, we got a bone pile. That doesn't hurt. Let's see. So we're in the area at the very top of the map, and if you're ever in this area fighting something, try to knock it into this pile of spiky crap. Using the, like, slinger, mostly just because it'll do a shitload of damage and cause a waterfall to break through there, which will do even more damage, move it to another area, and just, in general, is super useful. Let's see, what other items do we need? We can make flash pods, we need... So we need some spider webs to make nets. And then... That one we can just make with trap tools, so that one's fine. We need sleep herb. Get some more ivy. And I think sleep herb is going to be down. So I'm not trying to show you like a comprehensive list of like where all the items are. I'm just trying to get together enough basic items to show you how to capture monsters. So when you're fighting monsters in this game, the quest will usually say slay or capture a monster. If it's slay a monster, you can still just capture it, and it won't it won't change anything really. But if it says capture, you have to capture it specifically. And the difference is essentially when you slay a monster, you get to carve parts off of it, and well, that's basically the idea. Whereas if you capture a monster, you don't get to carve it, but you generally get a little bit better rewards. Was it better rewards or possibly more of them? I don't remember which, unfortunately. But basically, if you can capture a monster, that's generally better than killing it. I pretty much always capture every monster unless I just kill it by accident. And generally speaking, that has worked in my favor throughout playing these games. This one specifically. In fact, when Inusing and I are playing Monster Hunter, if we send off an SOS flare and the person that we summon kills the monster, we actually usually get a little bit annoyed. Because in particular, we're pretty far in the DLC. We're almost at the end of the DLC story, so it's like, come on, guy, at this level, you're still killing monsters. Like, go ahead and just get better rewards. Like, we kind of agree on the, we'll just call it what it is, an opinion, that basically you should always be capturing monsters, and there's really no excuse for a higher level player to not. Like, it's so easy to get the stuff you need to, trap anything. So, just always do that. Especially if you're summoned, like, just as a courtesy to the person that summoned you, go ahead and capture. because there's no downside to capturing really, but you know, there's lots of upsides, and it's just the polite thing to do. Like, just take that as a bit of etiquette. If you're summoned to capture, and, you know, if the person that summoned you kills it, then, I mean, clearly they were fine with it being killed instead of captured. But, as a summoned player, like, don't kill it. It's kind of rude. It's not a huge deal, it's nicer. Just getting all of the prints here while I try to remember where the hell to find the sleep herbs. I haven't hunted for them in this area in a very long time. What is it warning me about? Oh, Anjanath. Oop. We're gonna run away. I can beat Anjanath, but I don't wanna. Like, if you're using the gear that the DLC gives you as a, you know, to help you get to the DLC content faster, you're gonna be pretty much strong enough to get through Anjanath from the get-go. I know, I've done it before. It's not like in the worst case scenario you will time out, but if you're using that armor set that the game started me off in and your defender weapons, you can probably handle it. Again, it's just worst case scenario, you'll time out. But it's not difficult, really. But that being said, we're using bone armor, so we're a little bit weaker. I think I could beat it, but again, I don't want to waste time on that right now. Especially not since I cannot for the life of me remember where this item is. And I'm sure that seeing me run in circles is starting to get a little bit boring. So that's antidote herb. I feel like sleep herb is down somehow. So we'll try that. Oh, here's a path down. How far down does it go? Again, sorry for all the wandering and rambling. I don't usually get my herbs in this area, so that's gonna go back up. Let's see. I think so. I briefly touched on this earlier, but while the levels themselves are generally pretty good in Monster Hunter, they can be kind of samey looking, and it can make navigation a bit of a pain in the butt. Like, this does, like, later levels get better at it, but Ancient Forest in particular looks like a forest, basically. There are some areas that are distinct to help you find things, but broadly speaking, like, I have no advice really on how to tell you how to keep track of what's what in this area, other than just use your map. It's your best bet. Let's see, that goes... Wait, do we go down in here? I don't think it's down in here, but we'll take a look. Let's see. Got a flash bug. Got some doodles. Got some rocks. Some spider webs, that was on our to-do list. Some latchberries, we don't really need those. Some footprints. Some doodles. Let's see. No, we don't want to go down this way. So the only reason I'm wasting all of this time really just comes down to making some, what are they called? Trank bombs. Because the thing about trank bombs is you've got two different types of trap, but really only one major form of tranquilizer. So you can make either vine traps or paralysis traps. Both of them will work on most monsters. But once you've actually damaged a monster enough to, to capture it, trapping them's not going to do anything unless you've got some tranquilizers. And essentially the way you go about capturing a monster is you get them close to death. You'll have a little skull icon on them on the map to tell you that they're ready. But they'll also start panting a lot, so that's another way to tell. And oh, that's a great jogger. Sorry, got sidetracked running away. But basically, once you have the warning signs that it's near death, you use one of the two trap types to immobilize it, and then you basically hit it with 3 trank bombs. It's always 3, so you don't have to really worry about guessing whether or not you've used enough to knock it out. You use 3, if it doesn't go down after that, then it's not low enough health. Now, there is one exception to all that, and that is that you cannot capture Elder Dragons. Traps don't work on them. So, basically, if you're fighting an Elder Dragon, just don't even waste your traps. Where are these running from? I bet it's Anjanath. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at the map real quick, because I want to... Another useful item you want to grab every chance you see it, although I don't think I've seen it so far, at least not in this expedition, is dung. When you get dung, you use it to make dung pods, which are like the flash pods, except instead of blinding enemies, it makes them go away. So, we've already been this way. So, when you're in a fight, and you have another monster show up and it's giving you trouble while you're just trying to hurry up and fight one particular monster, if you hit it with dung pods, it'll go away. Now, it won't go away for good. It'll, probably come back at some point. But basically, if you can't deal with both monsters at once, dung pods are a good way to basically just fight the one you want. And I cannot for the life of me find these damn sleep herbs. Okay, just at the, to avoid any more random wandering and get on with it already, Luna, would you mind doing me a favor and Googling where the sleep herbs are? And I'll... Yep. Oh, hey, more thunderbugs. Yay. This is the ancient forest. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to go ahead and just find them without having to look it up, but I don't farm for them in this area anymore, so oops. I have no idea where they are. Some slinger torch. Let's see. Section 14, elevator 2. Okay. Let's see. 10, 8, 12, 15, 17. Where is 14? Sixteen, 17. Um, 12, 10. Oh, is it this one? It might be this one. Oh, there it is. Not the thing I was looking for, the exit. Stamina's getting low. Oh well. Let's see. That's 9. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 16, 17. So where are 13 and 14? What am I missing here? I feel like I should be seeing it. Am I missing a floor? I think I'm missing a floor. That's probably what it is. I haven't gone through all of the paths yet, so... The thing is, they are usually kind of grouped together, so you can generally tell where part of an area is just by going to the areas next to it and picking the appropriate exit. So we're gonna go into area 12. We're just gonna pin a random item there just to make sure we go to the right area. So this is a bit of a trick for navigation. If you can't figure out where a specific part of the map is, if you can just find the number that should be adjacent to it, one of the exits to that room should lead you to the correct place. So let's see. So this is area 12. This is gonna lead us into 6. That's not the one we're looking for. We're looking for... this one's gonna lead us into... Wait. Where? The game is not being clear about which area we're in at the moment. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Is there anything useful in this area? No. Oh, wait. There it is. Sleeping herbs. And we gotta get rid of something. We'll get rid of toadstools. They're not that useful. Okay. That took way longer than it needed to. I apologize. So this little spot here is basically a dedicated nest. There's a large number of monsters that will frequently come back to this area if you're fighting them. That includes Tobi-Kadachi, Rathian, Rathalos, and Anjanath. They'll all kind of share that as a nest. Although, like, that's not necessarily to your benefit. Because sometimes you'll be fighting one there and other ones will show up. And they might fight each other or they might just fight you. Alright, we're going to go on with the actual mission now. Let's actually wait. We're going to do one more thing. First things first, we're going to turn those into potions. Then we're going to... Oh, we can't make trap tools yet. Or rather, we can't make traps. We don't have trap tools. So, we're going to just... Yay, Anjanath went away. So at this point, most of the big monsters we can fight in this area have left. But the one we're actually here to fight hasn't spawned in yet. Which is why I've been avoiding the area that the game was telling me to go like the plague. Because I didn't want to spawn it in and then have a time limit. These vines are a quick way to get around, but they can be a little tricky. Because they don't always line up correctly, and you can jump off them at the wrong time by accident. So, this will probably be relevant to you in particular, but this monster actually has a special event associated with it that you can do later, where essentially some Moogles and a crystal show up in one of the areas, and that thing grabs the crystal and is imbued with the power of Chocobo. And so you basically fight a super strong version of that gets bigger and stronger the longer the fight goes on, while the Chocobo theme plays. And that's one of 2 Final Fantasy based missions in this game. Actually, possibly 3, I might be misremembering. So we're gonna return from the expedition. And we're gonna fight the Kuluyaku as the quest version, just so I can show you how traps work. But we gotta go back to base and actually get traps before we can do that. And yeah, no, it's fantastic. Like, the Final Fantasy missions are great. Basically, Capcom crossed this game over with every franchise they could think of. It's got Resident Evil missions that give you Resident Evil costume parts. It's got Devil May Cry missions that give you Devil May Cry costumes. It's got Witcher missions that give you a Geralt costume or a Ciri costume along with their weapons. It's got, of course, Final Fantasy missions that give you some neat Final Fantasy stuff. I don't think they have costumes per se, but let's see, what else is it crossed over with? I believe there's some Street Fighter DLC, I want to say, but it's not costumes, and I don't think it has missions, but I think in particular you'll probably like the Witcher mission. It's hard as balls because it makes you use Geralt along with gear that is specific to him. And it's not very strong. Like, he is super weak, and the monster that you're fighting is designed like a Witcher monster, so it's rough. But the mission plays out like a Witcher mission. Like, you get to investigate, and you have dialogue options, and it's, I think you'll have some fun with that. Plus, I really like his sword. It's a pain in the butt to upgrade, but let's see. So investigations. So we'll give a quick overview of investigations since we unlocked them. Basically, you can only select a certain number at a time, but you can go into them from the quest menu, and basically they are optional missions but harder. They usually have a more strict number on limit on the number of people you can bring in, a lower time limit, alternate failure conditions. In general, they're a fair bit tougher, but they also give you additional rewards and can guarantee drops of a certain quality. And then deliveries, basically you pick up certain things and you can drop them off here, and it'll unlock certain things like additional spawn points in an area, so you can spawn closer to the monster you're hunting, things like that. Let's see, we need trap tools. Go pay a visit to the chunky stalker over here. Oh wait, we want to send that to box. We'll fill up on... No, we don't. That'll be too expensive. So just trap tools. We need maybe 5. Not anything else we really need there. So the basic items I pretty much always keep on hand, and hang on, I'm gonna take a second to basically unload everything. So your item pouch does have a limited amount of space, so I usually have kind of a basic set of items that I keep in it at all times, and pretty much anything else I don't worry about. Just because it's the more stuff you bring with you for hunts, the less room you have to pick up items. Now that doesn't count monster drops. Your items that you pick up for crafting are separate from monster drops and account items, so you don't really have to worry about that per se. But being able to pick up, more crafting materials and things like that can be a little annoying when you run out of space all the time. So it's best to just kind of figure out what's the most important for your build, and then keep basically the bare minimum. So let's see, we've got potions, mega potions, antidotes, rations. Let's get a little bit of crafting done. We're gonna make some more potions, turn those into mega potions, make some more antidotes. We can make, so make a net, sorry. Turn those into pitfall traps. Make a couple shock traps. I use those way more, so I'll make more of those. Some dung pods, which I don't generally bring with me, only for certain missions. Some tranq bombs. We can only make 4, which is unfortunate. I would generally bring more with me than that. Let's see, I think I'll make a few more of these. Okay, So we'll bring our traps. And I think, yeah, that's all I'm gonna bring with me. So that's, hang on. So this, it looks a little something like what I usually bring with me. So 2 types of potion. There's 3 additional types of potion that I can make at the point in the game I'm at. I bring those 2 for the added healing. Got the traps, got the trank bombs, and then there are some items you can buy from Mr. Chunky over here. He's not even fat. I'm just calling him Chunky because, like, he is wide. But I'll go ahead and show you those just because it's useful to know about if they're in here. Oops, I haven't unlocked them yet. Okay, so there are some items later that you can get that basically you just keep them in your inventory and they buff your defense or your power. I keep a full set of those in there just for the extra, you know, basically a little bit of stat buff. But those aren't strictly necessary. This, hang on, this right here is what you're really going to need. If you're fighting Rathalos or Rathian or any monster that pairs up a lot with other monsters, you'll bring dung pods. If you find a monster that you have a bit of a rough time with and just really hounds you a lot, you want to bring some flash pods so you can stun it. But this, I generally find, is a good set of basics. You know, it's later in the game when you get into the Elder's Recess and whatever the ice area is called, I forget, you'll want to bring either a hot drink or cool drink with you, and that'll, you know, do the obvious thing. You aren't as affected by the climate. But that's kind of specific to those areas. Alright, so we're going to take down Kuluyaku, and I'm going to show you how to capture a monster. And this will also be a good way to teach you how to track a monster. So if I remember right, that's specifically what Solar was having a hard time with. I'm not entirely sure of the specifics, but for some reason he was having a really hard time figuring out how you go about actually tracking down a monster to find it. Quest is taking a little while to load. There we go. Yay, loading screen. Best part of the game. Look at that progress bar go. It's so exciting. Grab some extra shit just because we can. We don't need it, but we can use it. Okay, so we've been dropped at the first bonfire here. When you're in the quest menu, you can, or not bonfire, but the first camp. Sorry, been playing too much Dark Souls. Anyway, so you can choose which from any of the camps that you've unlocked. We don't have any more unlocked yet, though. Oh no, wait, we do. We have one more up here. I did that one during the expedition. So, during the cutscene, we found the cutscene around here, and it showed us the monster. So that gives us an idea that that's where we need to start looking. Generally speaking, if you're looking for a monster and you're not sure where to start finding its tracks, basically look around the area where you encountered the cutscene that introduced you to that monster. That's usually one of the safest bets if you really need, you know, some help getting started. So, and it doesn't. Don't tunnel vision on that though, because just because the cutscene was in a very specific spot, you know, doesn't necessarily mean that the tracks are going to be in that exact spot of the map. Basically, what I'm saying is look near it. If you don't remember what part of the map you were in, then, you know, basically try to remember what kind of features that part of the map had. So, for example, was there water in it? Well, you know, go look at your map, and let's see, well, there's some water here, and yeah, I think there's some water over here. Yeah, and just try to remember where you saw, you know, the particular features of the map that you saw, you know, in the cutscene. So, so there's the monster. And this is what a good example of what I mean by, like, don't tunnel vision, because we are not actually in the same part of the map that we encountered the cutscene. We just kind of headed that direction, and we found tracks along the way. Because these monsters essentially run all over the map, but they tend to frequent specific areas of the map. And they kind of go back and forth between them, so really all you need to do is find the monster's paths. And you'll start finding tracks, and then you can just follow the tracks until you find the monster. So if you don't remember, like, even if hypothetically you just don't remember the cutscene at all because you got the cutscene and you didn't fight the monster, you just exited the expedition, and, you know, you didn't play the game for like a month. So you just have no idea where the cutscene was, you don't even remember what was in the cutscene, you don't even remember watching the cutscene. Generally speaking, you know, because monsters just kind of have paths throughout the level, you can kind of just, you know, go on an expedition and look around, you know, just run around the area looking for tracks, and you'll find some eventually, and then you just follow the tracks, and they eventually lead you to the monster. And then once you've found enough tracks, it'll raise your investigation level with that monster, and then basically your scout flies will show you how to find it. So it never really gets terribly complicated to actually find them. And in fact, the further you go into the game, the easier it's going to get. Just because you level up over the course of the game, and your character statistically gets better at doing this. Plus, you as a player just get more skilled at figuring out how to find things. So early on, I had a lot of trouble figuring out where a monster was going to be. And I just kind of had to go based on the cutscene method. Whereas, at the point in the game I'm at now, I essentially never have trouble finding a monster. Like, at all. Even monsters I've never actually encountered before, it's easy. So the reason we're bouncing off is because he picks up that rock to deflect your attacks. Though once you get him to drop it, you can damage him. Kuliyaku variants, as far as I know, are basically the only monsters in this game that pick up an object to block your attacks. That little fiery burst there is because our weapons have explosion damage. Explosion damage basically just is gonna randomly cause an explosion that deals extra damage. It's one of the stronger element types, and oh, he's limping pretty fierce. Let's see. He's not quite near death, I don't think. We're gonna... do I want to go ahead and try and trap him? I don't think I do. I'm gonna be careful about how much I damage him for a minute because I don't want to kill it. I'm gonna shoot him with some piercing pods though, just for some extra damage. So as you damage monsters, they'll start getting out of breath and limping to let you know that you've damaged them. And that's kind of what replaces health bars. It's less about, you know, just beating it until the health bar is low, and more about, you know, looking for visual and auditory indicators that this thing is injured. So sometimes it'll get out of breath when you haven't damaged it that much, but the map will have an icon that basically looks like a head with some drops of water next to it. And that basically means that the monster's dehydrated or hungry, and that'll weaken it a little bit. Or the monster can become enraged and it'll be a lot more vicious. There's a lot of... well, we accidentally killed it. Oops. Usually the map will give you a little skull icon that'll tell you, like, hey, this thing is near death. I was looking for that, but never happened. And sometimes it doesn't. Early on in the game, I almost never got those to appear, and like later on, I get them all the time. I'm not really sure why. Again, I suspect it has to do with investigation level. We'll do one more mission so that I can actually show how traps work without fucking it up. And that'll probably be it for the stream, because that'll cover, I think, all of the basics. I would hope I've done a, you know, alright job of explaining the basics, considering I've rambled about them for 3 hours. Oh yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I'm gonna do one more hunt and then the stream will be over, but I'm off tomorrow, so I'm gonna be up pretty late. So if you want to keep talking after the stream, I can answer any questions that you didn't want to put on the stream. Or just, you know, chat. Either way. Gesundheit. Okay, she gave us a thing. What else we got here? Okay, let's see what we got here. Just a quest. Mr. Botanist isn't here. Okay, so I'm gonna say it here just because I don't think he's gonna appear during the stream, but usually there's a tall skinny guy over here called the something botanist, and basically he grows certain plants for you. So I usually have him cultivating honey and herbs so that I can make potions, and I literally have a stock of probably 200 or 300 potions and 400 or 500 mega potions, I think. Unless I'm misremembering and there's a cap. I don't think there is. Basically, I've got a genuinely ridiculous amount, to the point where I don't even need to pick up honey or herbs anymore, because I just get them from the botanist and I have more than I could ever possibly need. So that's one that's not strictly part of the basics, but that'll be really useful when you get further in the game. You just use the botanist to, you set him on some basic item that you just need a shitload of, and have him make it, and you'll get way more than you would generally get just by the normal expedition farming. That's one of the reasons I don't do expedition farming much. Most basic things I can just get him to make for me. And that doesn't just work for like herbs and honey. You can use it for other things. I've used it for trap ingredients. I've used it for trank bomb ingredients. It's just set it to whatever you need most of the time and let it go for a couple missions and you're good to go. Okay, let's see. What are they gonna have us hunt here? This is Pukey. Okay, yeah, we'll do this one. This will be a good one to teach about status effects, and again, I'll try not to screw it up. Let's see. I could go to one of the more advanced campsites, but I'm not going to because I want to kind of show a little more of how this works, how hunting monsters works if you don't know where to look. So I'm going to just start from the basic area like I have no idea what I'm doing, and we'll see how that benefits us. Gotta wait for the quest to load. Yay! Look at that loading screen go. And I do apologize, I know I haven't been as entertaining this stream. It's hard to simultaneously come up with dumb jokes and banter while also trying to think of useful information. I'm almost entirely convinced those are two completely different parts of my brain, because I cannot do both at the same time. Okay, so we're in the big starter area. It's nice and open. It's raining. How do we find this monster? Okay, well, we've seen this monster before. We saw it where when we saw the big Zora Magdaros poop. The flaming poop of great justice. So where was that? I don't remember. So I know it was, I think I vaguely remember that being very heavily forested. Like, I remember a lot of trees around there. So let's go really deep into the forest and see if we can find a lot of trees. I mean, obviously, ta-da, but like specifically a place that's really dense with them and not very many open parts. So we're probably going to want to go up into the trees themselves. Grab that lychee, sorry. Yes, it is pronounced lychee. Chris was very Inusing was very confused about that at first. He thought it was lychee. But a lychee is an actual plant that, like, they exist in the real world. In fact, lychee berry is pretty popular of a flavor in some countries. Actually, you can go to Kroger and go to the aisle that has all the Asian food, and they have some. Oh, here, what do we have here? Feathers, and they're green like puke. That means pukey. But anyway, yeah, you can get like some lychee berry flavored stuff at Kroger. So I mean, hey, it's a popular enough flavor across the world for you to be able to get them in boring old potatoes and salt America, where every single food is potatoes and butter and cheese. And here we go, we have the monster. And all we had to do was just kinda head the direction of vaguely what we remembered the environment being the last time we saw it. We knew it was trees, so we just wandered around where there were trees. I'm gonna try to focus on the tail, because you can carve off specific parts of monsters, and it'll increase your odds of getting certain drops. So I'm gonna try to show that off if I can. The twin swords might not necessarily be the best weapon to fight this specific monster with. Not just because it flies, all of them except for the bow suck for that, but like, oh hang on, grab this footprint. But specifically because the dual swords are, I find, kind of best for really big monsters, where you can crawl up their taint and just slap them in the balls until they die. But slightly smaller monsters like this tend to move out of the way a lot. So that purple shit that it spits at you, that'll poison you if it hits you. Your armor can, you know, have resistances to certain ailments, so it's entirely possible to become immune to poison. But broadly speaking, unless you're running a dedicated anti-poison set with some anti-poison set decorations on it, which I'm not going to be able to explain set decorations this stream because we're not going to get there, but like, does it? I haven't fought this in a very long time, so I don't remember if its tail does or not. I don't think so. I'm gonna heal. Oh, it poisoned us. There we go. So, different status elements require different items to heal. So poison, you use antidotes. Sorry about that, my controller went dead. Is my audio alright? I just plugged it back up. I'm hoping that fixed it. I don't know what weirdness that did to the stream, but yeah, so there are a pretty decent variety of status ailments. Poison, again, you just cure with this. I don't remember what you cure rust with. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, what is it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Poison, rust. Oh, damn it. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. Oh, bleed. Bleed's another one. If your character's bleeding, you either have to crouch for a set amount of time, or you can use Astera Jerky. And then there's the blights, which are like status ailments, but they work a little differently. You can cure all blights with a nullberry, and that includes effluvium, which you won't encounter that often. It's specific to like a couple monsters and a specific area, so that won't be relevant to you guys for a while. But effluvium and all the other blights are cured with nullberries, and a lot of them can be cured by dodge rolling. So like explosion blight, fire blight, ice blight. Actually, I think ice blight's one of the only ones you can't cure by dodge rolling. But yeah, if you get explosion blight or fire blight, stop, drop, and roll, and it'll get rid of it. I think it's 3 rolls specifically. Ah, damn lock on. I'm not trying to use that. Stop that. Let's see. Ice Blight. You use a hot drink. I'm trying to think what other ones there are. Let's see, can we latch onto its face? Yes, we can. Eat it. Wapow! Finally fighting a thing that's strong enough to use my big spiffy attacks on. So every single weapon has a couple different modes. You've got the default attack one. For the one I'm using, the twin swords, you've got demon mode, which basically drains your stamina like crazy, but gives you a shitload of extra speed, and you just flurry your attacks left and right everywhere. Let's see, what else? The katana does a big weeaboo attack. I don't remember what the sword and shield does. Oh, okay, so he's at low health. But before we go and trap him, I'm gonna go and explain how weapon sharpness works, because we're finally there. So, we finally got our weapon sharpness down. So, a weapon sharpness is determined by the little blade-shaped gauge in the corner. The better a weapon is, generally the higher its sharpness will be, with some obvious differences. But basically, it's your weapon's effectiveness. So, if a weapon's sharpness is too low, its damage could be reduced against enemies, or in some cases bounce off of parts of them because it's not sharp enough to cut into it. But you have a whetstone, it has infinite uses, and you can basically sharpen your weapon back to full at pretty much any time, as long as you get far enough away from an enemy for it to not attack you while you're doing it. We're gonna take some rations real quick because our stamina's a little low. But, so basically, you really want to keep your weapon at a good enough effectiveness to damage the enemy you're fighting. It becomes a lot more relevant later on when you're fighting tougher enemies, but broadly speaking, if your weapon starts bouncing off of an enemy, you need to sharpen. If your damage gets reduced, you need to sharpen. And that's basically the gist of it. It's not terribly complicated. Okay, so that's how capturing works. You just get it low enough to where you either get the skull icon on your map, or it's basically breathing really hard. You throw down your trap, and then you pepper it with 3 tranq bombs. Or in this case, 2 for some reason. I don't know why. And, I mean, that's the gist of it. Just what you do. You go to approximately where you think the monster would be. You look for some tracks. They lead you to the monster. You beat it up until you can, effectively hit it with a trap and hit it with some tranks and catch it. And the basic flow of missions looks a little something like you do the assigned mission to progress the story and unlock the ability to do the optional missions. You fight the monster in the optional missions to raise your investigation level until you get investigation missions levels for it, investigation missions for it, and then you go do the investigation missions to basically farm it and get the parts you need to craft gear based on it. And you do that to increase the level of your gear until you're strong enough to fight the next thing. And it just kind of continues. It doesn't ever really get more complicated than that. That is all you need to know to play Monster Hunters. And I'm sure if I had you know, written a script for this video instead of just doing a live stream where I winged it, I could have probably explained that in maybe 20 minutes. Instead, I decided to ramble on for 3 hours and 10 minutes, throwing out every useful bit of information I could think of, and probably being a little bit boring along the way. Let's see, we're gonna make some new gear here just to kill a minute. Let's see, get the pukey gear. So in this menu, you can, you know, you can hit square on a specific piece to equip it, or you can tap over on and go by the set and equip them all at once. Different stuff will come up as you beat more monsters and get more materials to work with and raise your hunter rank. Which I know I haven't really explained hunter rank, but it's kind of a passive thing that you don't really need to worry about the ins and outs of. As you play through missions and capture monsters and do stuff, your hunter rank will go up. It'll basically unlock more missions and items and general stuff. And at a certain point in the game, you'll unlock master rank missions, which give you master rank instead of hunter rank. And it's the same thing, it's just bigger, badder, tougher. I'm trying to think if there's anything else super important I need to cover, but I think that's about it. I think I've covered everything I could possibly need to, and several things that I didn't need to. So, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope this was everything you really needed to know to get started. And, I mean, you guys know where to find me if you have questions and need more information. I'll be in chat and around. I might be drunk. Who knows? But I think that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll talk to you later.